Hi, I'm Debbie Duncan from Psychic Fixes, coming to you from rainy Southern California. So, a real casual day today. I thought I would videotape just a little bit about some of the things you can do to clear your home. There's a lot of things that you can do. I wrote that book, Protective Magic, that talks about from the street all the way through your house to your backyard, what you can do to protect it, to keep good energy around it, and to clear dark things out. So I'm just going to talk to you about a couple of things that you can do. Um, everybody can use sage. We all know about doing smudge sticks and doing that, but a lot of people don't want the smell or the flame, the smoke, or they're allergic to it. So there's a lot of things you can do. Sage is really one of the best, but there's a lot of things you can do to clear your home, especially if you have paranormal activity going on and you want to get rid of that. One thing you can do is get an inexpensive tuning fork and get yourself quartz crystal. And say you have a corner of the house and you want to go to every corner. So it's like four corners warding. But this, you would just strike this together. You can do the crystal onto the fork or the fork onto the crystal. I know everybody has their own opinion. Let's see if I can do it. And then just run the fork all the way up to the top, to the ceiling, floored all the way up like that. And that is good. Do every corner of your house that way. I think the energy just doesn't like that high pitch. If you don't have a tuning fork, you can clap. Start at the bottom corner and clap all the way up like that, and do every corner of the house. Now, for four corners warding with natural stones and tiles and things, which I was taught the Wiccan way, you'd need to go see my book on that. Otherwise, I'll talk about that later on in another video. That's more involved. Another thing you can do is anointing over your windows and your doors. So you can use consecrated olive oil. Now you can consecrate it yourself, and I'll do a video on doing that. And you can just go ahead and put it in a little bottle. And when you consecrate, make sure you're not consecrating the bottle, but the olive oil in it, and use olive oil. That's a very protective plant. And so you're going to consecrate it, and then you just take a little smear and put it over. Now you can put a smear or a sign of a cross, whatever you're comfortable doing, over your windows and paint, or your front door. I want to talk about the paint because you can ruin your paint, and you can get, everything can be dark. So instead of using olive oil, you can go ahead and use holy water. Now you see I've got it in a spray container. I use it out in cemeteries and some of our investigations and stuff. Go to any Catholic church and take a clean container and get yourself holy water. And if you want to, you can consecrate it yourself. And I'll tell you how to do that in another video also. So you can spray just a smear in the corners or throughout the house, around you, whatever you want to do. Or you can spray like the sign of the cross, okay, in every corner. So that's another way you can kind of banish the energies. I want to talk about one more thing, because there's a lot of things you can do. We haven't even talked about salt and all that kind of stuff. But let me just talk about the St. Benedict's cross. So St. Benedict, he told the devil to drink his own poison. So they feel that he was a very strong priest. So, and they made him a saint, and they have a cross for him. And they use these crosses for exorcisms. So if you get a chance to get one of his crosses, consecrate it and use it. You can leave it around or put it in your pocket or whatever you want to do. This is a bigger one. I have little ones that I give to people, but the bigger one I use when I go out on investigations and things like that. So another thing you can have around your house. We will talk about salts because I have a couple of minutes here. You can put a salt line across your threshold of your doors and outside of your house, your windows. You don't have to pour a thick line. you can just sprinkle, okay? A lot of people think you need to put a ton of it, and you don't, because we want to be thoughtful of pets and wild animals and so on and so forth. And you want to be a little discreet. People come over, they're going to go, oh, okay, witch lives here. So just put a little sprinkling across. Now, paranormal activity in your house. You can get a small bowl and put some salt in it. Salt will absorb positive and negative energies. There's a special way to get rid of salt. So you can go to psychicfixes.com and look at my video on salt and how to dispose of it after you've left it out. Now, if you're a reader, a tarot reader or psychic, use a Himalayan salt lamp in your bedroom if you want to for healing, but don't put salt out in your house. That will take all the energy, and you don't want it interfering with your psychic ability, okay? So, you've got paranormal activity, you're not a psychic or a reader, just get a small bowl. I don't know, put 5 tablespoons of salt in it, any kind of salt. I hear all kinds of things, a black salt, pink salt, this and that. Salt is salt, okay? Put salt in there and put it out in the room where you have the paranormal activity, okay? And that should dispel it. But when you have, depending on the paranormal activity, you may have to ward your house. You may have to clear it all the way out, smudge it, spray it with holy water, and take care of all that stuff, and then fortify it. And again, we'll have another one where we talk about the 4 corners warding and energy warding, okay? I had huge paranormal activity in my house, and it was to the point where they were slamming my door, knocking, boom, 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 at 3 a.m. And that would wake me up. And so I go, okay, I got to stop this. There was like big thuds upstairs, and we have had the phenomena of things flying in this house. So I go, okay, we need to have the disruptive things gone, because a lot of the things are exciting to me and doesn't scare me at all. So the disruptive stuff started happening, so I had to start warding the house in addition to clearing. And you have to keep the clearing up like every week. If you have teenagers and they're out with people, or a lot of visitors to your house and they come in, they can bring things in. The other day we had a get-together, a meetup, and somebody brought an actual male spirit in, which we saw walking through the house, kind of walking right, and we're like, okay, wait a minute, who did that guy come with? So you have to clear after the people leave. So thank you for listening. We'll do more, because I didn't get to the magic candles. Magic candles are made easy to make, and you make them with powerful herbs and plants and bark from trees and things like that to fortify their energy. And you just light them for 2 or 3 minutes in your house for purification and for clearing. So we'll talk about that again at another time. So thank you for listening to me, and I will see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye.